can't see you, Jack. It's wigging me out.
Yeah, I know.
Jump on the stream to see you, bro.
Are you guys gonna introduce, or am I gonna introduce? Okay. Welcome, guys. I've got Grace and Omichella here. We just had a bit of fun. They want to see each other on webcam and stuff like that as well. And you guys won 2-0 today, and I'm gonna say that's probably a sigh of relief, given the form you guys have had in other tournaments where you guys have been going out early or just not getting where you guys wanted to be, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it feels good. We had a bit of shaky form, as you said. So I think if it was any qual ever for the last like 5 years where we just had to play like just at 50% of a team, like this is the one.
Yep.
So yeah, feels good.
I was gonna say, was it just like a relief that you just got into the playoffs in particular? You know, obviously that last week was probably chaotic, given how things could have ended up. Was it just good to get that 2-0 over advantage and just relax?
I mean,
Jack.
I'll give it. No, I mean, it's definitely, it was a little bit stressful, but like we were always with the mindset that we were going to make it. So I don't think we were too nervous or worried.
Yeah, for me, I just never thought it would be possible to see what was happening to us in the regular season, and then also what happened to Rooster. Like, I feel like every season before this, even in CS2, like, the favorites, sorry, not saying that we're favorites necessarily, but I was just like, oh, okay, like a bad season for us would be coming like, you know, like third. With like mindset. But no, this season was pretty crazy. I feel like the level of all the like team play and like strategies and like super high, but everyone's like individual level is like pretty fucking high. So everyone was just beating each other. But seeing like Rooster get knocked out at the end, like, on the other hand, we like my old team had a bit of a rivalry with him. So it was like kind of funny to watch it. But on the other hand, they're like pretty crazy for getting knocked out. Like, I don't know, I think that's kind of dumb. I don't like the format too much, and like they should obviously be in the qual games. Like, I don't know, I think it's crazy they didn't make it. But, yeah.
Well, what sort of format would you prefer? Is it just the old BO3 setup or BO5? Nah.
I feel like the best of 3 setup is a lot better. I think it would avoid like, I don't know, not even for like avoiding like all the, oh yeah, I do think it avoids the upset wins because you're not doing the silly like best of 1 like weird video stuff in the regular season. And there's also like a winner, and I feel like for the, I don't know, for the better teams, like they'll win on the third map like very consistently. I don't think Rooster's losing the third map to Mantra, for example. So I don't know, I just think the format sucks.
Is there any different ways that you approach this format compared to approaching a BO3, given the fact that vetoes are just 2 BO1s effectively?
Yeah, if you're the favorite team, you just get to pick the maps, basically. Like, you have such a massive advantage in the second veto. But like in-game, like, yeah, I think I don't know, you can't play, it's just because of MR12 as well. But I think you have to either like play like super safe layouts, or you try full big dog and like you just try chat the other team. But I think we're playing a little bit in the middle, and I think it was why we were so bad at the start.
So what was the biggest surprise in this season overall so far? Like, you know, what were the biggest surprise packets that you felt like, oh damn, they came out of nowhere?
I saw you, Jack.
Sorry, what was the question? Sorry, can you repeat it?
Who's the best team?
Who was the best team?
Who was the biggest surprise packet out of the season?
Restart, you know?
Honestly, DXA at the start were like, they were kind of insane. Like, they were just getting lots of kills. But then, I mean, obviously Art of War have like, I don't even know what they're doing. They're just kind of owning everyone. So I mean, I think Art of War are definitely like the biggest underdog of the season.
And I gotta say, overall, with Mindfreak versus Art of War currently going on at the moment, I'm not sure what the scores are, but who do you think's most likely to go to ESL Pro League out of those 2 teams? Because the winner of that will most likely go to it if the format stays as it is, because their lowest they can finish is 3rd. And FlyQuest already got the invite.
I don't reckon they're letting 3 teams through. I doubt they'll let 3 teams through.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know who wins out of those 2 teams. Those are just 2 like crazy pug teams. Like, so it could be either team. Ricky's putting on a clinic right now.
I think Mindfreak probably are like more likely to though. I think Art of War are very dependent on like individuals just like popping up and just fragging.
Yeah, it's,
Big Terry, he's just been owning.
it's kind of like the theory that, you know, someone actually put on Twitter, I forget who. The name escapes me, but it's just like you need all 5 of your players to be able to fire off. You can't rely on 1 or 2 players, otherwise you're getting nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, like Art of
I don't
War,
know.
definitely.
I kind of feel like the opposite. I feel like so many of these teams, they have like a couple shit players, but then like, you know, like Terry. Oh, sorry, not like. Okay, I think some of our
Yeah,
Ah,
like
players
Terry?
are quite good, but then, like, just 50 bombs and it's just over. Or like again, like not saying like Mind Freak is bad or anything, but like Pain would just like own for an entire map and it's just like map over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I actually think you can. Yeah, I think right now, like the current like teams, I think it's just how
I think in CS2,
long way with star players.
yeah, I think in CS2, star players definitely have like way higher impact and like can control the game a lot more.
How so? Like, how can they control a game a lot more? Is it just getting the multi-frags, or?
I think it's
I
just like the pop-off rounds. Like if they like, I don't know, win like an important round and then they set back their money on the other team or something like that, it can just change a game. So yeah.
I think there's less rounds and there's more money. Sorry, there's more rounds with like curse money, where like you just had to chuck an AK on like a bloke, and then if you have like a player who's like good with a hero AK, they can just win you rounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
You also like, swing it like a little bit more, like way more than before. Before you would get fucking owned, but now if you don't swing, you kind of cop it.
yeah. I was
So
gonna,
yeah, that's why I think it benefits.
I was gonna say overall, because you guys did a lot of these 4 spy rounds and hero rounds as well. And particularly one round you bought 5 MP9s and a 4 spy. What was going through your head in particular, the logic into that round when you go like, oh, let's just force up MP9s, let's see what happens.
Fully random. Did not copy it from Eternal Fire. But it's worked for ages. It worked in CSGO, like, for like, I don't know, ages. I think it's just really good on some maps.
Yep.
And then some teams, they're even like full saving the second round, and then they're buying like half armor MP9s, like the third round. Like, people are trying a lot of tricks to try to get more consistent in MR12.
Yeah.
Because it feels like really, really hard. Like, if you play, like, if you force every second round, I mean, you're like, if you lose first gun round, it feels like it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely understand that, because, you know, if you lose the first gun round, especially if you've ecoed, it's like 3-0, and it's most likely going to be 4-0 because you have nothing to back it up with other than a half buy. Yeah, you know, didn't borrow that off Eternal Fire. I, you know, got Zentares here. He's not too happy. He's demanding a cease and desist. But
Maybe. I'm Zentaras.
so overall, like, you know, how were KZG on that last map there? Because you just seemed like you couldn't really put them away. They were always just there and hanging in there. Like, how do you rate KZG as a team?
I don't know. I think KZG are very sharp, but I think that game, I think the scoreline isn't like, it doesn't really like say what the game was. Like I think we messed up a few of our T rounds.
We lost like
and a
1v3s, I think.
Yeah, like
Yep.
we should have. It should have been like, we should have smashed them. I think we just got like, we were just making a lot of micro mistakes that cost us rounds.
Yeah, honestly, it's really hard to get vertigo practice in Australia. Like, it's like almost impossible. So, like, I think like, if we just played the map more, like, we would have whacked them. But we're kind of like playing pug into pug. Our players are just like pretty naturally good on vertigo. Like, everyone's played on like vert specialist teams or had vert as their best map.
Yeah.
But I think it was just the clutches, their 3v1s, and yeah.
Yeah.
I guess overall,
Silly.
like, how do you feel Vertigo is as a map? Is it as cursed as everyone says it is, and like everyone just hates it for a reason? Like, what's your feel on the map?
Nah, it's not as cursed as people think it is. I think people are lazy to like learn it. Like the top level, like, it's not as fun. Sorry, I don't think it's as good as a map as some of the others. But like, all the people that like don't even know all the nades and they're just complaining, or they don't have any like comprehension of what the meta is in, like, you know, pro teams, like EU teams, like NA teams, Brazilian teams.
Yep.
Like, I think I shouldn't really give our opinions on it because they can't be bothered to learn.
Yeah.
Like I say, with the changes in particular, what's the most impactful change on Vertigo? Is it the Sky Bridge being added? Is the new rotated onto A side? Like, what's the biggest impact for you guys and your strategy overall, both for T and CT side?
I reckon it's the fast, short, peak stuff.
Yeah.
Like the spawns like being a little bit different. and the rotating. The catwalk is good, but it doesn't matter. Like the gap is crazy. Like yeah, I don't know, it like fully changes the map towards A. But yeah, we won a lot of rounds towards A, to be honest, today, which was higher. So yeah, it is definitely different. I think it is worse, in my opinion, no? Like this map. But maybe it's just because I haven't played as much as I did the old one. And I think we always were pretty good on the old map, so I liked it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, with the A site overall, the A site feels like more open now. Like previously, it was like a giant fog wall on the A ramp, and it's just like you walk through Dark Souls style, hoping you don't die, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, as well, you know, basically, APOC dud. What do you feel about a few of his clutches in particular? He put in a big effort towards those later rounds there. Like, you know, how do you think he played?
Tom always plays sick. He's
Yeah,
like.
beast.
It's so fun to watch. Like, we were all just like so hyped in like the last couple rounds, like the 1v1 clutch on B, and then when it was close short on the A side, I think it was a broken round. Like we just fell off the triple boost, and we hear like 3 or 4 of them running up A round, and then like Tom saved a round. It's fun to watch.
Actually, how about that one? How about the one round for Tom when he was trying to save that AWP, and they're all surrounding him?
Yeah, it was. He's a little beast, little sneaky fella. Hiding away.
Jumps.
I had to zoom out to see where he was because he's like facing the wall, just jumping away. Like you're gonna see how perilously close he is to being sprayed down by an M4.
Little sneaky boy.
Also, give me an idea of how Anubis went because I didn't get home till about like 4:45, and you guys had finished Anubis. But like, how did Anubis go from your perspective? Was it just a stomp, or is it just like KZG just didn't have a good streak and you guys just ran away for them?
I think it was a stomp, and then we lost to Anti.
Yeah.
And then, but they're pretty good on that map. It's just the problem is they start CT side. Like, their T side is okay. Like, they like Musk. Like, some of their strats are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, whoever's calling him up is doing like a decent job, I reckon.
Yeah. I wanna, so Omichella's the RGL, is that right, Bryce?
Omichella's the RGL. Yep. Of KZG.
Yeah, you're the RGL.
No, actually, I'm in a good RGL.
How was it? So you guys kept a clean CT side on Anubis. Is Anubis becoming like more of an even map because everyone thinks it's like, you know, a 10-3 T side or whatever it is, but it's also 10-2. Is it becoming a more CT sided map as people get used to it, or is it just how statistics goes?
I think our CT is actually just really good. Like, I think in general on Anubis, our CT is really good. Like, I think it is a super T-sided map, but we've just been playing really well on CT side, so I think, nuts.
For us, I think our T side was bad for a while, but I think it's getting better. But I don't know. Whenever you start T side Anubis, like I just feel like stressed. Even if we're like 7-1 up, it's like okay, like let's get 10, like to confirm a win, because it's pretty hard on CT.
Yep. So
I think we just have we have a good A player, and like we have like a super aggro AWPer, and then I think like obviously like we're good in all the parts, but I think like I don't know. I think we do a good job on Anubis because of that.
What's the most critical player in like Anubis in particular? Like, you know, is it an A site player, the B site player, the lurk or the person who will peek in towards middle in particular? Like, what's the most important player overall for a good CT side defense?
It's the AWPer. It's just like in every single spot, the AWP is the best gun. I think. But maybe the E-box player, like probably. Yeah, I think the E-box is the most important spot.
And how so? Like, you know, with the E-box players, is it because they can dictate rounds or get a lot of information? What's the main like crux of it?
Well, I think like it's just really important you don't like you're the one stopping the B splits most of the time. Like you can't control cave because I'll push you off, but yeah, I just think it's the most impactful spot. I mean, like mid, you're kind of just like chucking your toe. I mean, like you can contest mid, but if they do a full take, you like lose it. Same thing with like A main. Like if they do like a full A main take, like you've got to retake back into them, and it's like a little tough. And then B is like just a spam war. Like really, yeah, like whiffing or you're spamming through a fuck ton of smokes and hoping for the best.
It's kind of like A ramp, isn't it? In Vertigo, back in the old days.
Yeah, if you're always getting pushed, for sure.
Yep. So you guys will be versing the loser of Art of War and Mind Freak. Is there any particular team that you guys want to verse? Like, which team you have the, you're the bogeyman to a specific team. Any teams like, you prefer Art of War, you prefer Mind Freak for certain reasons? Who would it be?
I think I kind of want to verse Art of War. I think Art of War just, but not for like any reason other than like I kind of just want a little bit of a revenge on it. Like we've lost them kind of a few times now. But I think we beat them in reg season and lost to them in a few quals. So yeah, we definitely need to beat them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're like just as good as each other. I reckon we both hate hearing that, but I reckon we're like pretty evenly matched. But yeah. I don't know. I think we need to beat both of them to call. Like, is how our team is looking at it. We're not relying on them to give free odd spots. Because they're gonna see like no flag. They're gonna see flag quest, and we're gonna see no rooster, and they're probably just not gonna give. Like, I wouldn't give for free spots if I was like ESL.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say,
but it would be good. I hope they do.
Me too, actually. Me too. It'll be great. And yeah, it'd be amazing, like to have like basically, especially two teams, because I think other than Omichella's had international experience, but like newer teams like Art of War and Mindful to get international experience would be great as well. I was wondering now, like, what do you think the league's going to be like in the future with the new changes? Do you think a league will? This is gonna be a big question. Do you think the league will exist in some spot, or will it be a lot different format?
Because of the Valve changes?
Yeah.
Kind of no clue, to be honest. Yeah, I reckon it'll exist in some form, just as like a lead up to Pro League. If they remove the ECL, that'd be pretty fucked. Like, I think because I don't know how many like invites we'll get to like the Blast events or like the what's the PGL, and like ESL is like good as well, but you can't for the worst teams like not Rooster Flag West. I feel like if there was no ACL, it's like super tough.
It's like there's just like no real pathway to any sort of like, hey, if you do this well in this, you'll get to this basically.
Yeah, there's no like rank, like I don't know, there's like you get like no like points for the ECL tournament, and that's like the only like long-standing league, and like the other tournaments are so inconsistent. Like we're meant to be getting Blast like the last like 2 years, but like a company keeps on fucking it up. And then we're also meant to get the CCT, and then it just didn't come this year like at all, probably because of LPL.
Yep.
Or I don't know if it's happening.
I have no idea either. But anyways, guys, thanks for coming on, and good luck
Thank you very much.
tomorrow as well. Against either Mind Freak or Art of War. And yeah, I've got to say, hopefully you get a good run at the tournament, because it's been pretty disappointing to see you guys go out early, and me having to write those recap articles and being like, I have to mention Housebets because they went out early every time makes me a bit more depressed. Okay.
This is the one to lock in.
Let's get it done, baby.
Yep.
Come on.
See you guys later.
Thank you, Josh. Have a good night.
See you guys later. Bye.